Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwatash. Double honors unto the elders and to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopefully elect, the men that are pushing this truth in the four corners in the highways and byways. And all praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwatash. Alright? This is an article that is dated October 2nd, 2018. It says eating our way to an early death. And that's a problem that we have here in Guyana. Where our diet and the food that we eat, you know, is slowly killing us. And that's all over the world. Why? Because of the GMO. The GMO and the type of diet, our eating habits. We don't know what to eat and what not to eat. All right. Say there are almost a dozen of food outlets within 50 meters of the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, and all sell the same type of food. It is difficult not to take in a whiff of the aroma. Some of the dishes are traditional, delicious, and are slowly killing us. Guyana is facing a diabetes epidemic, and our diet and sedentary lifestyle are the main culprits. And sedentary meaning not moving. So Guyanese, we just eat and stay one place. We're not active. You know, and that's causing the diabetes. It's one of the main reasons why we have so much diabetes account. You know, um, in observance of World Diabetes Day last November, chairperson of the GPHC, Cassandra Alves, had called on Guyanese to embrace healthy eating habits. Our message was nothing new, but it was urgent. All right, and it said in 2016, 160 men and 180 women reportedly succumbed to the disease locally. 160 men and 180 women died because of diabetes, which is like 4% of Guyana's population. And that's a lot to die from just diabetes. Something that you can avoid by what? By keeping the dietary laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, by eating right. You know, say locally, according to the International Diabetes Federation in 2017, there were over 52,000 cases of diabetes in our adult population. This year, that number is believed to have risen. So 52,000, for a population that is less than a million is a lot. 52,000 in our adults alone. Just our adults have 52,000 cases of diabetes. And then talking about these little children that they feed in all sorts of nonsense, you know, have risen. Chronic non-communicable diseases, among them diabetes, account for 70% of premature deaths in Guyana. See, 70% of premature deaths that occur in Guyana is because of diabetes. You know, people are dying at the age of 37, 40, young, just because of diabetes, because of eating nonsense. And yet people refuse to keep the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to acknowledge the Mosai. All right. Last December, President David Granger likened the effect of these diseases on our population to a state of emergency. He did so while launching the Presidential Commission for Prevention and Control of CNCDs. Despite the glaring stats and warnings, people continue to practice unhealthy eating and drinking both at home and when they purchase food on the road. Um, Let me see some more good information here. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna read this. It's a consultant endocrinologist at the GPHC, Dr. I don't know, that's what Jacqueline Gonzalez Ricardo says that most Guyanese suffer from type 2 diabetes. She said it happens when there's an inflection, when there's a fluctuation, Slakia, when there's a fluctuation in the production of insulin, and when our cells do not use the insulin as well as they should. The doctor said that our diet, which is heavy in carbohydrates, put pressure on the pancreas to produce more insulin, but the gland can only take so much. So one of the things that we do, is eat bread every morning, all right, and then eat rice at midday, and then eat bread again in the night, which is a bad habit. You know, that's a lot of carbohydrates, and our body can't break that down. And then that carbohydrates, then let me see. Let's say it turns into sugar. It turns into sugars. You know, and that's the cause of hypertension and diabetes. All right. See, it only takes so much. GPHC diabetes educator nutritionist Jamalisa Lambert told the Guyana Chronicle carbs would be the food that impacts the blood sugar the most. In our country, it's the bread, the flour, and the rice that do the most damage. 'Cause we like to eat a lot of pastries and rice and bread, you know. Yeah, you see, anyways though, this but there more information in this article, but I'm gonna just get a few scriptures, you know, and close this out. Um, I'm going to Leviticus chapter 11. All right, and I'm gonna just read a few. Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 1. It say, And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth, whatsoever parted the hoof and is cloven footed, and chewed the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. So among the beasts, we only supposed to eat those that are that parted the oath and chew the cud, you know, such as the cow, um, the buffalo, and a few others. All right. Whatsoever parted the oath and that clove and is cloven footed and chew the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat, nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chewed the cud, or of them that divided the hoof, as the camel, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he chewed the cud, and divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though it divide the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. So you're supposed to be eating pork. All right, no pork. Verse 8, of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcasses ye shall not touch, they are unclean unto you. These shall ye eat of them that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scale in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, that shall ye eat, and all that had not fins and scales in the sea and in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. So, wherever it is that come out to the sea, it had to get both scale and fins in order to be consumed. All right? Because we are a clean people, and wherever it is that the Most High said is unclean, we shouldn't be eating it, you know, such as crabs, shrimps, lobster, you know, all these things are unclean. Say, whatsoever hath not fins nor scale in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have, and these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten; they are an abomination. The eagle and the ostrich and the ostrich and the osprey and the vulture and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the fowl. So every raven, the carnivorous birds, we shouldn't be eating those. All right. Say, and the owl and the night hawk and the cuckoo and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl and the con- cormorant and the great owl and the swan and the pelican and the giant eagle and the stork, the heron after the erkine, and the lapwing and the bat and the fowls that creep, going up all going up all four going upon all four, Salakia, and the fowls that creep, going upon all four, that shall be an abomination unto you. All right. Um, the rest just keep going into the dietary laws. All right. I'm gonna get this. Proverbs chapter 3, and I'll read from verse 1. It say, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life, and peace shall they add to thee. So you, by you keeping this law, statutes, and commandments, they're gonna add length of days unto your life. You're gonna live long. Why? Because you're gonna be eating right. And scripture talk about um you know eating excess meat is sickness. Let me see if I get a precept in Sirach. um Excess meat. Yeah, this is Sirach 37 verse 30. For excess of meats bringeth sickness, and suffering will turn into choler. All right, so excess meat, gonna bring sickness. So everything that goes on in this society is written in the scriptures. You know, and a man of understanding, a man of wisdom, gonna know how to live. How to eat right. You ain't gonna be eating meat every single day. That's a bad habit. All right. That's why you find these people getting sick. Why? Because they want pork, they want beef, they want chicken every single day. You know? And the scriptures say that for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. By keeping these scriptures, this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding, it gonna add long life to you. You ain't gonna be getting diabetes. You know? Verse Verse 3, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Most High and man. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not upon thine own understanding. You know? So don't lean on your own understanding. People think that, people think to themselves that, because the Most High made these animals all supposed to be consumed, or because the Most High made these animals, you can consume it howsoever you feel pleased. But it's not so. The Lord made these things, but yet they're supposed to be used with temperance, in moderation. You be discreet about it. You know, Shalom. I hope this video was edifying. All right. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Barakatah.